Well, hello there, Richard Tubb here, back in the Tubbservatory, keeping my eyes open for the tools and resources that can help you to grow your IT business. So without further ado, here are my 5 a week from the managed service provider space. We kick off this week with a huge offer to level up your cybersecurity defenses in just 15 minutes. If you've not checked out the Neighborhood Watch program, Huntress's Neighborhood Watch gives any MSP a not-for-resale or NFR license to Huntress managed EDR to proactively protect your internal endpoints. In addition, you get Huntress's cybersecurity awareness training to strengthen your team's cyber acumen, and Huntress's newest edition, MDR for Microsoft 365. Now, if you missed them, 2023 was the year that James Steele of Akamai Linode took the managed service industry by storm with his monthly videos. While Steele's latest video includes a bot defense guide for developers, a Kubecon interview, a Hashicorp Vault tutorial, and much more. And talking of the cloud, where does an MSP's liability extend with their clients and cloud providers? Well, cybersecurity insurance expert Laura Wilkinson of TechInsure educates MSPs as to the requirements for cyber insurance in her latest video. You may know I'm a huge fan of peer communities for managed service providers, so I was really excited to hear that MSP legend Gary Picker is launching his True Peer MSP accountability program in Europe. And finally, huge news for those of us in Europe, as PAX 8 have announced their big PAX 8 Beyond EMEA events. Pencil October the 14th to the 15th, 2024 in your diary, and get ready to head to Berlin, Germany, where PAX 8 promises to put on the biggest managed services event in Europe. We kick off this week with a celebration of the winners of the annual SuperOps MSP Awards. Amongst the winners was Amanda Stewart of Illuminate IT for Female MSP Contributor of the Year, Mark Dodds of Compex IT for the MSP Vertical Award, Jordan at BV Tech for One Man MSP of the Year, and Joe Burns with not one but 2 awards for Reformed IT. Well done everyone who won. What an amazing start to 2024. Now, what does the year ahead hold in store for the managed services world? Well, industry expert Rick Yates has looked into his crystal ball and shared his predictions for the MSP world in 2024. MSPs partnering with security experts and the rise of managed security operations centers, or SOCs, are just 2 predictions from Yates. If you're looking to build a better workplace environment for your MSP in 2024, then I'd recommend taking a look at Norm Smookler's free guidebook on creating a feedback-rich and respectful workplace. Improving and simplifying a workplace's feedback system increases respect, trust, engagement, psychological safety, and productivity, says Smookler. Now, Microsoft Azure is expected to explode in demand in 2024, but how should your MSP look to sell Azure solutions? Well, James Marshall of Microsoft has provided this excellent guide on how to sell Azure solutions, and it is highly recommended. And finally, February the 8th, 2024 is the date for the annual Adventures in Marketing event in Edinburgh, Scotland. This is a full-day event celebrating the fun, adventurous and exciting side of marketing your MSP business. Tickets are still available and I hope to see you there. Now, we kick this week off with an excellent ebook entitled Conversational Managed Security Services for MSPs. Now, the ebook, produced by Barracuda MSP, explains the opportunities that exist for MSPs to offer security services, how to move your MSP business towards offering managed security services, and the different types of services you can offer under the managed security umbrella. This ebook is free to download and definitely worth reading. If you've not caught Gemma Telford's excellent TechGIANTS interview series, then it's well worth checking out. Telford shares she started TechGIANTS to celebrate some of the great people she has worked with in the last 20 years in the channel. And if you want to hear insights from some of the smartest folks in our industry, then I'd highly recommend checking out the interviews with David Tulip of Network Group, Stephen Kelly of TechNation, and Jason Beal of Barracuda, just for starters. How can MSPs use ChatGPT for prospecting? Well, that's the question that Kendra Lee answers in the latest Ask an MSP Expert article on Smarter MSP. This is a short but powerful read that should help any MSP use ChatGPT to help their sales. If you're looking to feed your technicians with great content, then look no further than Tom Lawrence's YouTube channel. Tom and the team at Lawrence Systems have been sharing high-quality, in-depth video guides for technicians for many years now, featuring everything from how-to guides to tool reviews. So make sure to subscribe. And finally, a heads up that Cloud Expo Europe takes place in London on the 6th to the 7th of March 2024. If you're looking to shape your cloud strategies or navigate the ever-evolving cloud technology landscape, then this event may be for you. Registration is now open. Here's why you need to ditch LinkedIn as your content platform. Content marketing legend Mark Schaefer shares his thoughts in this powerful article, where he argues LinkedIn should not be your primary content platform, but a distribution system. I couldn't agree more with Mark, and as always, Tubblog, the hub for MSPs, remains my home, with videos like Tubbservatory being distributed to LinkedIn and other social platforms. Now, if you missed it, MSP legend Carl Palachuk hosted his annual State of the Nation address for the managed service industry, and it's now available to view on demand. In the video, Carl addressed his thoughts on the dawning of a new era for SMB IT consultants, private equity in the SMB IT consulting space, and much more. This is an essential view for anybody in the managed service industry. Are you overlooking revenue opportunities with your existing managed service provider clients? Well, that's the topic I cover in my latest guest article for Domots. My number one piece of advice: create an upserving matrix. Find out more in this article. Will artificial intelligence mean we lose our authentic selves? Authenticity is the word of the year for Jason Kemsley of Uptime, and Jason says you should think about your authenticity too. And finally, one man is using his attendance of MSP events to get fit and raise money for charity. Nick O'Donovan of Huntress has vowed to run 5k for every managed services event he attends in 2024, and he'll be raising money for the charity Mental Health Ireland too. You can sponsor Nick at his Just Giving page, and knowing how much he travels, Mr. O'Donovan is going to do a lot of good as he runs in 2024. I'm Richard Tubb, and this has been your 5 a week from the MSP industry. If you've enjoyed this video, then I'd highly encourage you to check out my MSP Insights email. It goes out every Tuesday, and you can find out all the details at tubb.co/